Hi, my name is Shannon Nelson, and this is my first YouTube video. I'm going to share a poem I wrote a couple of weeks ago called Unfinished. If you can relate to it, I hope that it speaks to you. Unfinished by Shannon Nelson. Though our spirits are eternal, we are humans bound in time. We go through seasons, ever-changing. We cross terrain that's laid to change us. We traverse some landscapes that build our muscles or build our confidence. But let's be honest, there are places where we walk that seem designed to break us. Mountains are dangerous. Snake-infested waters can be too. But I'll admit there's something adventurous about danger. Lately, I've discovered that pits are places of suffering that God still chooses to use, and I don't know why, but He does. And there is nothing pleasurable about pain. There's nothing sexy about shame. Perhaps you've already lived this, so you know this to be true. Or maybe this is a heads-up poem of a distant one day, or a someday soon. Some people fall into pits. Others are tricked there by foes or led there by friends. My small group sisters would tell you that Joseph's brothers tossed him into his. I descended into my own by way of a spiraling staircase, fear-filled, self-focused, disappointing thought by step by thought. And yes, I could see it coming as I walked, but still I couldn't seem to stop. So there are different paths to pits, and they each serve a different purpose. Perhaps a pit is a punishment. Let's call it a consequence for a moment or a pattern of stupidity or selfishness. Joseph's pit was a pit stop to greatness, a preparation to feed nations. My own I can't yet tell you, but I promise I'll finish this poem when he reveals it. For now I'll just describe it, shameful as it was. I won't conceal it. Some could describe it as spiritual warfare, but I'd be lying if I narrated it simply as bitterness bullied me. While I imagine bitterness does that, I also wore blame like a cute dress, and unforgiveness as an accessory. It is a necklace diamonded with bricks. I don't know why I was intent on rocking it at the bottom of a pit, but it was miserably comfortable. At first it felt justified. It was just a homey kind of cave, filled only with the echoes of my disappointments, because honestly that was all that I voiced. My song was melancholy measures I crafted to the Lord, and sometimes just to myself, because I wanted to build another step on that staircase. And then, despite my fear and my misfocus, my God, my kinsman redeemer, heard me and answered my prayers, even those I'd left unspoken. God gave me grace. God gave me faith. Even before He gave me healing, He gave me the strength to make this choice, an unusual opportunity to pray and praise in pain, to hurt, but to let go of unforgiveness, open my arms to hug Him just the same as I did on other days. So for months, I scribbled prayers on Post-it notes. I papered my walls with desperate pleas of Jesus, rescue me. I canopied my ceiling with His praises to remind my memory of His majesty. I framed my doorway with mustard seed-sized faith of intercession for those not praying for themselves. Some people have prayer closets. I had an entire prayer bedroom where I could lie down at night, curl myself into the hunchback of a question mark, ask God simple, faithless, faith-filled things like, will you help me? And then I waited. Will you still be able to use me? And then I waited. And do you know what He told me? Yes, keep waiting. I'm coming. You can't see it yet, but I'm already moving. So stop running, Shannon. Little one, you can trust me, and I'm coming. So the Psalms took on new meaning. David called God his tower. How could I know to take that literally until He welcomed me into Himself, into His refuge, until I'd crossed the threshold of His safe house? When I was a kid, I loved to fall asleep at night to thunderstorms. At age 25, I'd lay in bed awake at night to the lullaby of my own teardrops for what felt like an eternity. And though we're humans, though our spirits are eternal, we are humans bound in time. We go through seasons ever-changing. We cross terrain that's laid to change us. We traverse some landscapes that build our muscles or build our confidence. But let's be honest, there are places where we walk that seem designed to break us. Thought by thought and step by step, my Lord, my God, my Savior took the pieces of myself, and He chipped, and He smoothed, and He chiseled, and He soothed, and He lifted me from the bottom of a spiral staircase with His heart, and He wrapped me in His strength, like I was a gift, like I was treasured, like I was loved, because I am, because He does love me broken, love me bruised, love me healed, and love me used. He loves me and restores me. He forgives and He remolds me. So you better believe I traded the voice of my disappointment for the songs of amazement at His mercy and His grace for my mistakes. I have made mistakes before, but I never knew him in this way. He is my refuge. And can I tell you that his ways are magnificent? How can they also be so gentle? He is perfect. He papers the lining of my soul with his love letters. He is good. He canopies my thoughts with his character. He is powerful. He frames every doorway that I walk through in his victory. He didn't change my circumstance. Instead, he transformed me for his purpose, and I'm grateful. I can't explain it. I only know that I trust him. He loves me and I love him. I will write the rest when he reveals it. I'll write the rest if ever he reveals it. Now, perhaps last year or tomorrow, you and I can exchange pronouns, and your story was or will be mine, and the truth of love himself in my story will guide your steps, and you will walk or fall or be pushed into some dark, deep space. And now I'm confident he will lift you from it too. Thank you for listening.